guys, welcome to today's mobility flow, aka Mike's House of Pain. It's good stuff for recovery. All right, so today we're going to start out in a couch stretch. To do this, you can use a couch or you can use a wall. You can bring your knee really close to the wall if your mobility is phenomenal. If you find that you get it really close to the wall and you're not able to come up quite as high, that's okay. You can work it from that way. And you can bring the knee out from the wall a little bit to allow you to get further back. We're gonna hold this, timer's running. We're gonna hold this for 2 minutes on each side to start. As the stretch deepens, you can bring your knee back closer to the wall. If you've got great knee and hip flexor mobility, you may have your knee all the way against the wall, the foot flat on the wall, and still be able to lean all the way back. All right? On this pose, just focus on the same breathing count in and out. You don't have to count it. You can count it in your head if you want to, but in and out at about the same length. Breathing in through the nose only if you can. If not, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't have any music today. The Wi-Fi connection here at the gym is pretty rough. Ooh, I say that. Yeah, no music, so we're gonna meditate, get a little bit of quiet time. It's much needed in our modern culture. Should be feeling this in the front. Oh, feeling this in the front of the quad, the hip flexor. Trying a different variation here. You can do whatever's comfortable to you. Most people usually put the front leg out in the front. If you're really tight, you may want to get a medicine ball or something to rest your hand on if you're not able to stand up tall enough. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Right knee down, right foot up against whatever object you're using on your wall. If you notice one side's tighter than the other, my right side's definitely tighter than the left. I've got less range of motion due to some post-surgery scar tissue in this right knee. It's okay. That's what we're working on. Over time, this is going to increase range of motion, correct imbalances, strengthen our joints, and let us recover better and sleep better. Get soreness out sooner in the training week after each workout, allowing us to train harder. When you get to be 30, 40, 50, you can only train as hard as you can recover from. I learned that lesson recently. When it gets uncomfortable and you want to come out of a pose, if you have to, come out, shake it out, take a break. But when you're trying to learn this discipline of holding these long static stretches and being comfortable being uncomfortable, the key is to just focus on your breath. Okay guys, coming out of all our poses, slowly gonna come down to an oldie but goodie, seated straddle. You guys see me program this. You will see me program this semi-regularly. This is a great way to stretch the hamstrings, the adductors, inner thighs, lower back, hips. All right, start with the feet out. Put your hands behind your butt. Go ahead and walk. Keeping the pressure down on the feet so that they don't move. Go ahead and slowly ease your hips forward just until you feel a good stretch in here. Ideally, you'll have your legs flat on the ground. If you're not able to do that, and there's a little bend, work with what you've got. Mobility comes with consistency over time. All right, we're gonna hold this for 3 minutes, guys. Not forcing, not reaching and pulling and pushing. All we're gonna do is reach the hands out, settle into the pose. On this one, guys, if you're able to, we're gonna do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out on your breathing. So the time starts now. Follow along with me here as you surrender to the pose. Breathing in, out, in, out. All right, go ahead and hold on to that breathing cadence, especially as it gets uncomfortable. You should be feeling this in the hamstrings, the bottoms of the legs, inner thighs. You may feel it a little bit in the back. As you begin to soften in the areas that are tight, soften meaning just think about not actively resisting the stretch, not fighting it. Think about softening in those areas that are tight when the body wants to fight the stretch, when the body wants to stiffen up. Actively think about trying to soften those muscles, trying to surrender to the pose. We're practicing being uncomfortable. This is going to yield benefits in your daily life, in your training, conditioning work. Anytime you're exercising with your heart rate up, getting used to the mind and ourself, our who we are, being in control of everything, the mind, the body. The body may say it wants to stop. We get to say that we can focus on our breath, breathe through it. When you want to get deeper into the pose, guys, just reach the hands out a little bit and then just surrender to the pose. Gravity will do its job. Your body will accept the position. Some of you guys may have great mobility. You may have your chest laying on the ground. That's awesome. You're doing a lot of great work just maintaining that mobility. For the rest of us who are having trouble getting the chest close to the ground, lean in this posture forward and walking the hands out. I feel a good stretch in my lower back, hamstrings, everything. The only way to get the benefits of this is to breathe through it and hold it for a time, extended time. Awesome, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set up for a left side lizard. Hips squared up toward the ground, meaning that they're not twisted, but they're in line. Okay. We're gonna walk this front leg out until we feel a good stretch in this back leg. This knee is flat on the ground. And bring both our hands inside. It's okay for the back to round on this one. That's what we want. All right, and we're gonna hold 3 minutes on this side, starting now. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Stick with your breathing. You can also push this front leg, push out on this knee a little bit. You'll feel the difference in that stretch. As you get deeper into the stretch, you can bring this back knee back further. You can let it slide back further. You should be feeling a stretch, especially in the front of this right leg, as well as if you're pushing out on the knee, especially IT band, hip on the left side, hamstring on the left leg as well. One more minute, guys. All right, guys, great job. Now we're gonna ease out of that. We're gonna switch to a fragging position, okay? So, we're gonna keep the same position we were on the lizard with the legs. All I want you to do is take this back leg, put that foot flat on the ground, okay? You're also gonna turn your shoulders, face it right in the middle of the legs. So you're feeling the stretch in the back of the hamstrings, the adductor, the inner thigh here. Holding this for 2 minutes. This is not a comfortable position. Stick to your breathing cadence. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. It's okay for that back to round. Hips will sink down closer to the ground. Allowing the chest, let gravity pull it down over time. Let gravity do its job. Surrender, don't fight it. it's getting really uncomfortable, guys, we want to focus on our breathing here, okay? 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Awesome. All right, 30 seconds left, guys. Three, two, one. All right. Ease out of this pose. All right, and we're gonna set up same side, opposite side, same pose we started with. This is gonna be our lizard. Hips in line, parallel to the ground, back knee flat on the ground. A little bit of pressure out here. You will notice, I'm sure, for almost everyone that one side, timer starts now, by the way, 3 minutes. One side will most likely be tighter than the other. You may have a little less range of motion. Little pressure out with this front knee. You're bringing this back leg back if you need a little more range of motion as the stretch opens up. Round in the back, letting it round, and just letting gravity do its job. Pull the chest down toward the ground. All right, also you may be tempted to drop that left hip down just to get down on the forearms. It's not what we want to do. We want to keep those hips in line to feel that deep stretch. If you noticed on the last side, I couldn't quite get the left arm down toward the end, so I propped it up on the other arm. So often I can get this one's down fine, but if I try to get this left one down too soon, I end up dropping my hip down. It's more important to keep the deep stretch where in the areas that we're stretching. Halfway, almost halfway, guys. Good. Under a minute left. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out with your breathing. Feeling a good stretch in this hamstring. 30 seconds left. Okay, guys, 2 minutes left on this side. We're gonna stay in the same position. We're gonna turn our back foot in, let the foot fall flat on the ground. Find the spot where you've got the good stretch. 2 minutes starting now. Turn the shoulders here. Let the weight come down to here, stretching all in the inner thigh and the hamstring. Feel it on the top of this front hip for sure, most likely. Feel it in this adductor. Probably feel it in the hip right here on the side of your back hip right now. Doing great, guys. Halfway, 1 minute left on this pose. Focus on your breathing. Good. 30 seconds left, guys. All right, that's time on that one. Come down and take a break here in child's pose. Sitting the butt back over the heels, stretching the arms out, bringing the forehead or the chest or the chin, whatever, to the ground. And take a minute here, guys. Guys, come out of that one. For our last pose, do some lower back rehab. It's great for tight lower backs. Bring our lower back here onto the ground, pulling the belly button down toward the spine. All right, reach up, grab the feet. Hold this one for a minute, guys. You're pulling back with the feet, back toward over your head, as well as down with a little pressure toward your shoulders. guys. And we're gonna come down to one we've done recently. Bring this foot up to a 90, keeping this hip and both shoulders on the ground. We're gonna let it fall over, just give it a little assist. Feeling the stretch on the outside of this hip. All right, switching sides. Awesome. We're done for the day, guys. I'm gonna lie down for the rebound. Lying down flat on the ground, palms up or down. And spend 3 to 5 minutes here, breathing normally, relaxing, enjoying this feeling, enjoying the pause from the day and the lack and the ceasing of all the activity, work, and thinking of the day. I'm gonna cut the video and do my rebound, but you guys enjoy that. See you next time.